Hello everyone, this is Boricua Binks and welcome to Let's Play 999. In the last episode, I finally finished the puzzles in the study. And so now we're done. I believe we are actually done with all of the puzzle rooms in the game, finally. And we're making our way towards the ending, the true ending. And we left off with us finding a photograph of the four men who put together the whole nonary game thing 9 years ago, including Ace, of course. But because we're in a different timeline, we shouldn't have known that. A lot of it was still pretty much a mystery to us, and yet Junpei was wondering why it felt so very familiar. Hmm. Well, we know why. All right, so let's continue off. I'm gonna go as far as I can. I don't know if I'll finish the game today, this episode, or if not, there might be one more after that. So we'll see. Why then? Why wasn't he surprised? Junpei had just discovered that Ace had run the nonary project, but he felt no spark of excitement or surprise. Nothing. It was almost as if he'd already known. Ah, of course. I understand now. Junpei looked over at Snake. In his own confusion, he had missed the dark look on the other man's face. Ace was the CEO of Cradle Pharmaceutical. He was the one who invented the game 9 years ago. He was Gentaro Hongo. Ace is Hongo. Even as he asked, Junpei felt as though he'd already known. It was as if someone had whispered into his head that yes, of course Ace was Hongo. I had my suspicions from the beginning. The voices were familiar, too familiar to be a coincidence. I could never forget his voice. It was the voice of the devil. I couldn't be sure, though. After all, I had no way to check. I certainly couldn't ask him. Even if I had known, however, I would never have told you. Zero made it quite clear what would have happened if I did. Oh my gosh! I had no idea! Huh? I didn't know that Ace was Hongo. Oh yes, I suppose you wouldn't have. 9 years ago you were in Building Q in Nevada. But Hongo was in the Gigantic with us. I know. That's why I didn't know what Hongo looked like. But why? Why didn't you tell me? I mean, I'm your sister, right? You could have told me. I'm sorry. I apologize for keeping this from you. But if I told you, Clover, you would have told everyone else. Why can't I talk right today? Yeah, Clover does have a big mouth, doesn't she? And if you did, then I would have been forced to tell them about what happened 9 years ago. I had to prevent that. Clover and Snake's conversation wasn't of particular interest to Junpei. He still couldn't make sense out of his strange feelings of knowledge. He was trying to organize his thoughts when he heard Seven's voice. Hey, Junpei, you think I could borrow that picture for a sec? He had no reason to say no, so Junpei handed the picture over. Seven stared at the picture and began to mutter the four names of the project's leaders over and over to himself. Hongo, Kubota, Nijisaki, Musashido. His brow was furrowed and his face was flushed. Hongo, Kubota, Nijisaki, Musashido. He chanted their names to himself, pacing back and forth across the floor. Hongo, Kubota, Nijisaki, Musashido. You gonna make it into a song now? Somebody should totally do that, by the way. I don't know. Seven shouldn't have known their names. After all, he hadn't been there when Junpei and Snake had spoken of them in the library. But as Junpei watched him pace, it was clear that he did know them. Hey, Seven, do you? Shut it! Just be quiet. Rude! But I think, yeah, we know what's going on. His eyes were red, and Junpei could see sweat beginning to bead on his forehead. I'm this close to remembering. This close. He was sweating heavily now, but his lips were dry. Hongo, Kubota, Nijisaki, Musashito. Cradle Pharmaceutical. Nonary Project. Then he stopped. Seven set down the picture and looked at the red light near his feet. His eyes narrowed. Then suddenly his eyes went wide and he shot up straight. Shit. What? What's wrong? Holy. This is nuts. What's nuts? These nuts! Ah! No, I'm just kidding. Oh, man, these jokes people come up with. I remember. Remember what? Everything. Everything? Yeah, I remember all of it. My memory's back. And that's interesting because that happened in a different timeline, so yeah. I remember what happened before I got snatched. Seven's voice was filled with excitement. Shock and excitement had frozen Junpei in place, along with Snake and Clover. Let me tell you what happened. Seven hastily drew a shaking hand across his mouth and began to speak. Like Snake said, Ace is Hongo. From the right, the other three are Musashito, Nijisaki, and Kubota. Musashito was the man with the cash. Nijisaki was Hongo's right-hand man, and Kubota developed the actual technical details of the experiments. Yes, we know this already, thanks to Snake. Realization began to dawn on Junpei, along with a pressing question. How do you know all this? Come on, man, I told you. I finally got my memory back. No, that's not what I mean. I'm trying to ask you why you knew all this stuff in the first place, before you forgot it. Because in this one, he hasn't told them, yeah, I'm a cop, so, okay. Seven rubbed the scar on his chin. You really want to know? Of course. Me too. Snake was the only one who didn't voice any sort of agreement, which means he must know already. It looked to Junpei as if he was simply waiting to see where Seven's sudden recovery might take them. This is going to take a while. Oh no, can we please fast forward some of this since we already know it? Hell, it'll probably take me a good 3 days to tell you everything. Well, we don't have 3 days. Just give us the short version, okay? Short version, huh? The big man pulled off his hat and scratched his head. He made a face and put his hat back on. All right, fine. I'll give it a shot. No promises, though. Junpei and Clover nodded earnestly. Oh, are they sparing us? Thank you. Oh, no. Never mind. Seven was a lone wolf detective who valued his own code over the rules, doing what was right over doing what you were told. You're a good guy, Seven. I could tell. That was why, on that fateful day, he'd gone with his gut and gone to the wharf at night on a slim lead. It was 9 years ago. The wharf had been dark and cold and foreboding. At the time, he'd been investigating a spate of kidnappings, all of them children. They'd all had one thing in common, a history of visits to one particular hospital. The hospital had been under the management of Cradle Pharmaceutical, and Seven's investigation had turned up evidence that Cradle had been involved in the kidnappings. After a little persuasion, he'd managed to finally get a real lead from someone inside Cradle Pharmaceutical. They told him that that night a ship was set to take the children from where they were being held to a large passenger liner docked offshore. Seven had, of course, gone to the wharf. Hidden in the shadows, he'd searched the harbor until at last he found the ship he was looking for. Yes, we know this part. Alright. Is this new? Actually, you know what? I don't remember this. Yeah, I'm not really paying much attention. So guys, I don't know if I'm gonna edit out. If I'm talking to you guys now and it seems like I might have edited out the repeated part of the story, that might be it. So yeah, he was about to go through the grate, and I'm hearing this warning about the incineration about to take place. So I think that's new. So actually, I'm gonna read that. Repeat. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we did see this before. I don't remember. The voice wasn't harsh, but something about the calm with which it spoke made it even more terrifying. Seven wasn't sure what it meant, but incinerator certainly didn't sound good. Then, yeah, I'm pretty sure this didn't happen last time. Alright. Then, almost as if to confirm his suspicions, he heard a chorus of young voices. No! Help me! Many of the voices were simply screaming in terror, mixing with one another to create a single horrifying howl. Damn it! What the hell's going on here? Seven began to crawl along the duct as fast as his arms and legs would carry him. The noise he made was tremendous, but he was long past caring. Oh boy. A few moments later, a metal door appeared on the left side of the duct, and now my nose is itching. Great. Seven could hear the screams of the children from the other side of it. This was it. He grabbed hold of the handle and threw the door open. The old metal gave way easily before his onslaught. What the hell is this place? Actually, this is where we left off. Him opening this and looking down. And I don't remember the incineration part, but yeah, they showed us this in the other ending or whatever. When he was talking to Junpei and Lotus, that's when his memory had come back. So yeah, I think now we'll be able to continue from this part. Yay! The room he was looking out into had a dome for a ceiling and 9 equally sized walls. At the top of the dome was an upside-down funnel. It looked almost like a chimney. Then he looked down. Ah. So now that's why we can see this. He was in the incineration room. Then he looked down. There they were. And looking at their looks and their outfits, it's pretty obvious who's who, isn't it? Nice going. The children he'd been looking for. They stared up at Seven, their cries silenced, for the moment, by surprise and fear. Whether they were scared of the room or him, Seven couldn't tell. It was certainly possible that they were frightened of both. Not that I could blame 'em, running into a mug like this when they're already scared shitless. He permitted himself a short snort of a laugh, then turned to the children again. Don't worry, kids. I'm not your enemy. I'm one of the good guys. Not a single one of them moved, except for one. He was a boy, slightly older than the others, in a private school uniform. Huh. Who the hell are you? As he spoke, he took a tentative step forward and gave Seven a suspicious look. I'm a detective. I'm here to rescue you. The moment the words were out of his mouth, he could see the children relax. Pretty trusting of them, but honestly, what else could they do? How are you gonna help us? The boy in the uniform asked. Where's the exit? 7 responded. There isn't one. The doors we came in through won't open, and the door over there... He cut himself off, considered something, and then continued. Anyway, there's no point. We can't all get out of here. If we don't get out of here, we're gonna be burned to death. Burned to death? Can't you hear it? That voice said the incinerator's gonna start up soon. Yep. The voice spoke again. Automatic incineration will take place in 15 minutes. 15 minutes. They only had 15 minutes. 7 looked back down at the children. It was a good 20 or 30 feet to the floor. Ooh, that's pretty high. There was no way he could pull the children up. That was when he had an idea. Wait right there. I'm gonna be right back. What? Where is he going? Are you just gonna leave us here? 7 did his best to smile what he felt was a reassuring smile. Don't worry, alright? I'll be back. I promise. So just stay calm and wait right there. Got it? He didn't wait to hear them respond. There wasn't time. Well, alright. He ran as fast as a man could on his hands and knees. Before long, he was back in his cell. He was back where he had started, but he had a plan. There was something there he needed. As soon as he was finished, he dove back into the duct and took off toward the incinerator. Alright. Sorry to keep you waiting, guys. Leaning out of the door in the duct, 7 lowered the rope he'd brought to the floor of the incinerator. Rope? Ah, I see. Back in the cell... Oh, that probably took some time, though. Back in the cell, he torn the bed sheets into strips and tied them together to make a rope. I wonder, is that all the kids that were there? I see 4. If there was 18 of them, then... Yeah, they're missing some. But I guess they're only showing the most important ones anyway. Okay, so he tied them together to make a rope. Like 7 himself, it wasn't very attractive, but it got the job done. Did you really have to add the attractive part? Like, really? He's a good guy. Why you gotta be bagging on him like that? Alright, just tie that around yourself, okay? I'll pull you up one at a time. Right. Huh? Wait a sec. That was when he noticed. Oh, was that him? Sorry, I don't know. There were more of you before. Where'd the rest of you go? Oh, that answered that. The boy in the uniform answered. I let them go on ahead. We opened the number 9 door and they left. Ah. What? You're telling me you opened that door? That's what I said. Then what the hell are you doing here? We couldn't go with them. Why not? Look, the only people who can go through the numbered door... There's no time. Automatic incineration will take place in 5 minutes. The voice reverberated against the walls of the room. Look, that can wait, all right? Just get us out of here. Right. 7 grabbed a hold of the rope. First up was a girl with a ponytail. Next was a girl with a red necktie, followed by a boy in a jacket who said he'd climb up on his own. The last up was the boy in the uniform. He's the oldest one? Huh. Like the boy in the jacket, he climbed up the rope himself. He looked scrawny from above, but his looks belied impressive strength. He scaled the rope quickly, but as he was almost 7, they heard the sound of someone knocking. All eyes turned to the door. Cut into it was a thick, square window. On the other side, they could see a furious face. Ooh. That looks scary as hell. This looks like a horror game or something. Oh my god, that's really creepy. Oh, I know who this is.
Damn it. What's going on here? Why is the room empty? Where the hell are those fucking kids?
Uh-oh. Quickly! The door opened and a man stepped in, looking half mad with fury. Seven recognized his face. He'd seen him many times in photos during his investigation. The man's name was Gentaro Hongo, the CEO of Cradle Pharmaceutical. Uh-oh. Hongo saw the boy hanging from the rope. He roared like an animal and lunged for the rope. Uh-oh.
Hurry!
I know! The boy in the uniform resumed his scramble up the rope.
You son of a bitch! Get back here, you little shit!
He was 15 feet away. 10. The moment he came within arm's reach, Seven grabbed the boy in the uniform. With a jerk, he tossed him into the duct behind him.
Gah! No!
Frickin' psycho! He's insane! Ugh. Hongo had lost any semblance of control. His face no longer looked human. It was twisted into something terrifying. The visage of a devil. Or a ferocious monster. Seven quickly reeled in his rope, leaving a furious Hongo on the floor of the room, and crawled back into the duct.
You fucking bastard! You won't get away with this! How dare you compromise this experiment!
You psycho! Doing that to children.
What experiment?
Seven wondered. Automatic incineration will take place in 1 minute. Hey, old man, what the hell are you doing? Hurry up! It was the boy in the uniform. The only one who's really talking, but okay. Seven tossed Hongo a taunting salute and pulled the door closed. Wow, and Seven... Oh yeah, he had amnesia. I was about to say, and he doesn't remember Ace at all. There was no point to going back to Seven's cell, so they continued down the duct in the other direction. After 30 feet or so, another duct met theirs, heading down. They nodded at one another, then turned and slid down the duct. A short time later, they crawled out of the duct to find themselves in a narrow hallway. There was a door on each side of it. The one on the left was a normal double door. But the one on the right was a familiar thick metal door with black and yellow stripes and a device next to it on the wall. On the door was a plate that read, "Incinerator." Then that's where we were?
Yeah. Hongo might still be there. It looks like it's been shut off, though.
Wait, what? If he's still in there...
Yeah, that's not good.
Ugh. Seven grunted.
Fine, the other door. Go into the other door. Hurry.
Yeah. The children began to run, with Seven following close behind them. I wouldn't want to go there anyway. On the other side of the door was a large spiral staircase.
Run!
Seven shouted. They didn't need to be told twice. Up and up and up they went. Their feet pounded against the steps, and their arms churned the air. Round and round and round they went, like a human tornado. The stairway kept going. Now we see his face. They'd passed a couple of rooms that looked to be dance halls when the boy in the uniform spoke.
Something's up. Akane's not catching up to us.
Oh boy. The girl named Akane. Was wondering, if they had escaped, then how come she's the one who supposedly ends up dead?
Akane. My kid sister. The girl with the red necktie.
Akane. That was strange. Seven didn't remember seeing that name in the list of children who'd gone missing.
Hey! Akane!
He cupped his hands around his mouth and yelled. There was no response.
Maybe we outran her?
Suddenly, the boy in the uniform stopped short. Seven stopped too, as did the boy in the jacket and the ponytail girl.
When did we do that? Well, we passed a couple big rooms on the way here. Maybe she took a rest on one of them?
No, that's impossible. Sorry, Grandpa. You keep going. I gotta go look for her downstairs. He turned to go.
Hey! Kid, wait!
Damn it, I said wait! The boy didn't even seem to hear him. Fuck! Seven spun around and yelled to the boy in the jacket and the girl with the ponytail.
I'm going after him. You two keep going, alright? You got it?
The girl nodded and began to run up the stairs. The boy, however...
I'm going with you.
Seven didn't have time to argue. Instead, he simply nodded and took off down the stairs. The boy in the jacket followed. They ran all the way to the bottom floor, calling for her. Akane was nowhere to be found.
Damn it, where the hell did she go?
The boy in the uniform couldn't hide his frustration.
Help me! Somebody help me!
It was a girl's voice.
Akane!
The boy in the uniform threw open the door and leapt into the hallway that faced the incinerator. Seven and the boy in the jacket followed. Seven couldn't believe what he saw. Oh, should I leave it here? Oh, this is such a long episode. But we need to finish this part, guys. We have to. I can't anymore. Alright, hang in there. Oh no. This is the part that makes no sense. Your project's already a failure. You can't just use one kid. You're freaking psycho. Ah, okay. Alright, I'm sorry. Hongo had grabbed Akane by the arm and was doing his utmost to force her into the incinerator. That's murder. Plain up, straight up murder. I mean, it was bad what he did already, but he just... Ugh.
Come on, damn it. Move!
No, I don't want to. Let me go.
And I did change his voice a little bit just because he's not old here. So, yeah, he's just an evil guy here.
Please let go of me.
She had planted her feet squarely on the floor and was doing her best to get away. But Hongo was much larger than she was. She wasn't going to win.
Akane!
The boy in the uniform shouted. He roared with anger and charged toward Hongo.
You came back. Ha! You're too late, idiot.
Hongo lifted Akane bodily from her feet and threw her struggling into the incinerator.
Ah!
Before Seven or the boy in the uniform could react, Hongo leapt through the door after her. They saw him land inside. What? And how does he survive? I don't understand. And then the door slammed shut with the finality of a great steel guillotine. The three of them ran to the door. Oh. They pulled and strained, trying desperately to get it to open.
Grrr! Fuck! It's no use. Damn thing won't move an inch.
The boy in the uniform cried out and began to slam his fists against the door. He hit it with such force, Seven feared his knuckles would shatter from the impact.
Akane! Akane! Are you okay?
Help me.
Her voice was muffled by the door, but the sheer terror in it was unmistakable. What should I do? Oh no, it's her.
What should I do? I think I'm trapped in here.
Where's Hongo?
He went out the other door.
What?
Ah, you a-hole.
Warning. Warning. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged. Automatic incineration will take place in 18 minutes. Please evacuate the incinerator immediately. Repeat. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged. Why the hell did Hongo get away with this? I just don't understand.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No, it's 7. Sorry.
Are you fucking kidding me?
7 was at a loss. Man, this game making me swear a lot.
It's the same damn thing.
Are you there? Akane's voice sounded close to tears.
Yeah, we're here. Just hang on, alright? We're gonna figure out a way to save you.
If she could have seen the bloodless face of the boy in the uniform, his words would have seemed like little more than a sick joke. Oh, this is really, really painful to watch. Automatic incineration will take place in 17 minutes. Please, please help me. I'm really, really scared. I don't want to die. Please, I don't want to die. I don't want to die.
It's gonna be alright. I'll figure something out. I promise. I promise, okay? You hear me? I promise.
They could hear her muffled sobs from the other side of the door. The boy in the uniform tightened his fists. His knuckles were bloodless white. 7 could tell that he was holding back tears of his own. Oh, that's so sad. I don't think you need to continue. Yeah. He was silent. All they could hear was the creaking of the boat as it shifted in the water. They waited and waited, but 7 didn't continue.
What happened then?
Junpei couldn't wait any longer. He had to know. 7 looked at the floor.
Come on, man. Put yourself in my shoes. It doesn't end good.
Oh, no, we know.
You think I want to remember that?
Then,
Yeah. Shit. If I'd known it was gonna be like this, I almost wish I hadn't remembered.
7 shook his head. But there was something Junpei had to know.
Hey, are you sure? Huh?
Look, I don't want to ask this either, but there's something I don't get. So if you could just tell me, did that girl Akane really... Uh-huh, you're suspicious now. 7 stared straight ahead at nothing.
Yeah, I'm sure. There wasn't anything we could do. After a while, the countdown ended, and we heard something burning. We...
Yeah, okay, let's just... let it go. Ah, man. Even after the fire stopped, they couldn't move. 7 and the boy in the jacket simply stood where they were, frozen. The boy in the uniform collapsed, falling to the floor in a jumble of limbs like a puppet whose strings had been cut. A few more minutes passed. The door opened. Oh, God. I can't imagine this. No. The boy in the uniform ran in, stumbling over his own feet. 7 and the boy in the jacket followed, still too numb to speak. The air in the incinerator was hot. Every breath made 7's lungs feel like they were on fire. The air shimmered with heat, and in the middle of the room, beneath the waves of heat, there it lay. What? The boy in the uniform walked toward it, his legs shaking violently. 7 couldn't see his face, but his body looked somehow empty. Finally, he reached it. The boy collapsed to his knees, his legs no longer able to support him. Pretty sure all that was left were ashes, so yeah. Uh, alright. I went as long as I could. I really don't want to make this video any longer, and it's really upsetting me. So that's gonna be it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you guys watching this. Every like, comment, subscription really fills my heart with joy. So hopefully in the next episode we will finish this game. Okay? So yeah, until next time, have a nice day.